Hello, everyone. We are live once again. Today's topic is very, very interesting. Just let me know in the comments if you can clearly listen to my voice. I just wanted to test before, speaking about anything today. So I need confirmation in the chat so that we can start. Today's topic is very, very interesting, I would say. Definitely, you are going to learn a lot from this topic. Also, I mean, last week topic was very, very interesting. Many people joined last week AI related topic as well. So today is, let's say, a bit controversial topic, I would say, regarding Kubernetes. Just let me know in the comments if you can clearly listen to my voice. Yeah, let's go. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for the comment. As I said, today's topic is around Kubernetes. Do DevOps engineers still need Kubernetes in 2026? This is a very, very interesting topic. I mean, I did get a lot of votes on Instagram poll saying yes. I mean, many of you, 95% to be precise, said we need Kubernetes in 2026. Let's see if you were right or wrong. We are going to, let's say, it would be a discussion between you and me. Of course, feel free to drop your comments. Yeah, they need Kubernetes even if they do not know what it does. I like your comment, man. I'm with you. So this is rare. Yeah, that's what we are going to discuss today. This is very, very interesting. They need Kubernetes even if they don't know what it does. This is true. I completely agree with you. That's what we are going to discuss today. So I think, yeah, many people already joined, I guess. Should we start? I think let's start, I would say. I got more interested on DevOps. Let me read this comment and then we can start. I got more interested on DevOps watching your videos. Thank you so much. No worries. Please stick around. Whoever is watching, today's video will be very, very interesting, and also it will change your way of thinking for Kubernetes especially. So let me share my screen, and also please confirm in the chat if you can see my screen. So what are we going to discuss today? So please confirm in the chat. By the end of this live, you are going to leave with all of these topics. Just one confirmation. Watching this doing by mainframe job. No worries. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your comments. Please confirm in the chat if you can see my screen. We can discuss more. I mean, I'm going to give you a lot of time in the end. I'll try to wrap up this topic a bit fast today. Then we can, talk about my videos and your questions, anything. Okay. Yeah. I think you guys can see my screen. So today's topic, as I said, many of you joined because of Kubernetes, I guess. Kubernetes in 2026. Whether Kubernetes is still worth learning in 2026, you are going to walk out answering this particular question. Who should learn and who should not? Okay, we are going to discuss about this as well. The exact career stage where Kubernetes becomes important. Because see, many people message me, bro, I learned Kubernetes. I want to do Kubernetes certification. That is the reason I wanted to bring this point. Freshers as well, especially beginner levels. Then when Docker, container apps, ECS, or Cloud Run may be a better choice. Okay, not only Kubernetes, but also we have other options. Then what companies actually pay for during interviews. Okay, Then how AI is changing Kubernetes operations. Of course, AI is, let's say, a wide topic we discussed already in the last live as well. And the learning roadmap I would follow if I were starting from scratch. Okay. This is going to be very, very interesting. I want active participation from your end. Okay. And let's start now. Let me write it down. So, a few years ago, back in, let's say, around 2016-17, many people were saying, and also many courses, many roadmaps, and also, can someone please confirm if you can see my screen? Yeah, great. So yeah, many people, many courses, many certifications. I mean, everywhere we were, talking about Kubernetes. But today, completely everything changed. For example, AI is in the picture right now. Many people are talking about AI, and I'm not sure how many of you are aware about platform engineering. Okay, and then IDPs, for example, internal development platforms. Okay, and then we also have something like managed Kubernetes stuff, and for example, serverless. Right, we have all of this right now. Few years ago, I mean, all these things were, let's say, not present, but these days we have a lot going on, and we have so many different options. Right, now I have a question for you. Okay, how many of you use Kubernetes daily? Let me know in the comments. And also, how many of you use Docker, for example, K8s or Docker? And also, how many of you are learning Kubernetes right now? Okay, I want your answers in the chat. And then I'm going to talk about my own experience. How many of you are using Kubernetes on a day-to-day basis? Great. We have one answer here. So let me hide this comment and I'll try to add Suman. You use K8s on a daily basis. Any more comments? How many of you use Docker, for example? Kubernetes, Docker, or learning Kubernetes? I need answers from you. Learning K8s, great. And also please try to add your experience as well. That would be, interesting and beneficial to other people who are watching this live. All right, let me continue. So first thing, I would like to talk my own experience before Kubernetes. My experience before Kubernetes. I'm not sure how many of you know about me, and also I think I didn't talk much about this particular part. Many people don't know. I think many of you are, let's say, following very recently. I guess I actually worked with Borg. I'm not sure um, any of you actually heard about this particular term Borg. Please let me know in the comments if you know about this. Before Kubernetes was mainstream. Okay, and it was fascinating for me, I would say, at that particular point back few years ago, around 2014 to 17. During that time, one thing I remember very, very clearly from those times: Google cluster K8s. Yeah, uh, you are right. Yes, Borg is the grandpa of K8. So yeah, I got an opportunity. I was very lucky, I would say, to work with that. So I mean, there were, let's say, many jobs running all the time, 24/7. Okay, I used to wake up early morning, for example, 6 a.m. I had my, shift, and all of a sudden jobs were failing. Okay, that was completely new for me as well. Many jobs were failing. Okay, and some jobs, let's say, got cancelled as well. I mean, I think many of you can relate if you are working with Kubernetes. But yeah, I'm talking about Borg stuff right now, not Kubernetes exactly. And some are the other places, new instances were, spinning up. I used to, watch for a job, and that particular job used to fail, and all of a sudden, a new instance used to come up, and that used to take care of, the the exact job. I mean, the processes which it was, let's say, running at that point of time. And I also remember I was, not at all logging into a server and doing some kind of, stuff there. I mean, in general, if something goes wrong, we try to log into the server and we try to start the service or do something, right? But back in the days, Borg was doing everything by itself. It by itself. And that's where the Kubernetes part came out. I mean, the Borg was, let's say, doing all of this stuff back very few years ago. I mean, before, Kubernetes was even born. The same thing came out to the public world as Kubernetes. Okay. And I think many of you already know about, scheduling, for example, scheduling stuff, self-healing. I mean, all these are, let's say, desired state, for example, and rescheduling. I think if you are working with Kubernetes, definitely you are going to relate whatever I'm talking here. But all these things, what we are seeing in Kubernetes, they all were, part of Borg, Google system. Google was, let's say, using it for many, many years because Google is, let's say, running their systems. I mean, globally, I mean, they provide services globally, as many of you know. For example, one of the very few example I would like to talk about is, let's say, Google Maps, right? So many people, many companies, and many projects these days are using Kubernetes. I mean, Google made that public so that, I mean, many projects, many different companies can, benefit from what they were doing from past uh, few years, I would say. And also, they, I mean, if it goes out to the public world, it would develop more. It's not like, tied to only Google stuff, but if it is public, I mean, there is a lot of talent outside in the world, in the open source world as well. So I think that was a very good decision point, I guess, in my opinion, what Google did back in the back years ago, for example, 2014, 15, around those times. Now let's talk about, the second part. So what is the biggest myth on YouTube or maybe social media, any platform you can take? Okay, everyone says Kubernetes. I mean, every project needs Kubernetes. Okay, this is, let's say, one of the biggest myths, I would say. And also, I think many of you can definitely relate that, okay, if you know Kubernetes, then only you are going to get a job, right? And also, you might see many people saying, okay, without Kubernetes, we cannot run projects. That is completely false. Okay, I completely disagree with this because many successful companies are running on Docker even today. I'm talking about production environments, not, like normal dev stuff or QA stuff. Many companies are using Docker. They use Docker Compose, and also we have Azure related stuff, for example, Azure App Service, and AWS stuff, ECS. We have something related to Google as well, Google Cloud Run. And many companies also use virtual machines. It's not like everything is running on Kubernetes. I mean, these days. So, what do you think? How many of you agree with this point? Do you think every project has to run on Kubernetes, or Do you think, I mean, companies are also using Docker, Azure App Service, or ECS, Cloud Runs? Yes. That is, let's say, very, very interesting point. There are some projects run in serverless in our company based on API calls. I completely agree with you. I mean, we do have serverless environments as well. So let me hide this comment. Yeah, no, based on the requirements, we are going to use Kubernetes, right? But, and also one more very important point I would like to talk up here is, let's say, many companies would like to see if we are solving a business problem. Okay, this is, let's say, very important. They don't care if you are using Kubernetes or app service or maybe ECS or a bare VM is, let's say, more than enough. I mean, majority of the companies don't know what exactly Kubernetes does, or let's say stakeholders or the business side of people, they don't know what exactly is Kubernetes. They want their problem to be solved and the company should gain more profits. Okay, end of the day, this is let's say the major goal of the companies. They don't care if you use Kubernetes or any other stuff, right? Majority of the companies make sure application should work all the time, 24/7, for example. Okay, and they make sure the customers are happy. You are correct. In my company, some old projects still. I really appreciate, man. You guys are, actively commenting. I really appreciate. Thanks a lot. I hope you are going to stick till the end with me and also, actively participate with me. But yeah, I really appreciate and thanks for your comment. You are correct. In my company, some old projects currently running with Docker and also running normal virtual machines. Yes. Because I mean, the reason I know all of this, I do have, let's say, more than 12 years of experience working with, different technologies and stuff. That's the reason I bring, these topics to make many of you aware. Those of you don't know, I mean, some of you know, that's fine. But many of you see that, okay, they have to go with Kubernetes blindly, right? So now let's continue with the next part where Docker is exactly used. Okay, one of our colleague mentioned saying some old projects, okay, they still use Docker. And majority of, startup companies, for example, I mean, if I start any kind of, startup company, I will not go directly with Kubernetes. I would like to go with Docker. Okay, for example, small SaaS based companies, and for example, internal applications where we have, very few users. And majority of the time, I mean, in my own experience, I'm talking about CI/CD pipelines. Okay, I'm not sure how many of you are using Docker here. Majority of the times we use Docker here, and also for building images, storing it as artifacts, all of that stuff, right? And also just imagine, for example, if a project has only 10 users or maybe 50 users, or let's say take 100 users, okay, will you spin up a Kubernetes cluster? What do you think? Will you spin up a Kubernetes cluster, or do you think, no bro, this is not required? I mean, only 10 users or 50 users or 100 users, why do we need a Kubernetes cluster here? Can't we go with, very simple, for example, serverless stuff, or maybe a Docker, for example, or maybe app service, ECS? I mean, we do have multiple options. What do you think? Will that work, or no bro, we have to go with Kubernetes itself? Because see, Kubernetes in itself is, let's say, a very big thing. I'm not going to discuss in detail, but I think many of you already know. But yeah, in my opinion, what is mandatory? Okay, it's not Kubernetes, let's say, is not the mandatory part here. For example, monitoring. Okay, make sure you have a proper monitoring in place. Proper logging is there. You have proper backup. Okay, security, CI/CD. Okay, these are, let's say, very few things. Our goal should be these things. For example, monitoring, logging, backup, security. Not just go and spin up Kubernetes cluster because it looks fancy, or maybe you just want to look cool in front of the team, or just talk to your colleague saying uh, that Kubernetes cluster. I'm using Kubernetes cluster in my project, right? And one more very important point I would like to talk. You know, this is, let's say, I'm telling it in many of my videos. I think we already discussed in many of our live sessions as well, but still I would like to point out this if you are joining in for the first time. Linux. Okay, Linux is a no-go. Please ask a Kubernetes expert. For example, we have some colleagues here commenting, bro, I use K8s daily. I'm sure you are, very confident about your Linux skills. Okay, networking. All right, containers, DNS, logs. Okay, these are, let's say, the foundations, I would say. I mean, we do have a few more stuff, but for now, let's keep it simple. Linux, networking, container, DNS, logs. These are, let's say, the foundation. Did you guys, start using Kubernetes blindly without, learning these stuff, or without, starting to, master these things before jumping into Kubernetes? And how frequently these things are important even today when you are using Kubernetes? Guys, I would like to listen to from you, because you said you are using Kubernetes on a daily basis. What do you think? Kubernetes is important, I agree, but under the hood, do you think networking, Linux, containers, DNS, do you think these are still the foundation? Can you survive in Kubernetes environment without these topics? I think some of you, mentioned. Please, I need response from you guys. You said you're using Kubernetes on a daily basis. I mean, this is my opinion, my experience. I will say these are, let's say, no go. What very important. Thanks a lot, man. I see this guy is, let's say, using Kubernetes on a day-to-day basis, and look at his comment. I mean, if you don't believe me, you can believe this guy. He mentioned, okay, I'm using Kubernetes on a day-to-day basis. And we have one more point. These are base where on top you work around with K8s, right? See, we have one more comment. I think these two guys mentioned about they are, working with Kubernetes on a day-to-day basis. So these are the foundation. So we have, some supporting colleagues with me. I'm not the only person who's talking. I'm talking with my own experience, but yeah, I'm, encouraging you guys as well to talk here, because I would like to encourage, more community driven thoughts here, not only me talking and, explaining everything. Now let's talk about when Kubernetes will make sense. Okay, because Kubernetes is amazing. Many of you know there are environments where Kubernetes is the right solution. Okay, we do not have any other solution. Okay, I completely agree with this. For example, where exactly this Kubernetes might fit? Okay, we are going to discuss about this. And also, colleagues, please let me know your thoughts as well in the comments. We have hundreds of microservices. Okay, we have multiple engineering teams. Okay, and you do very frequent deployments. For example, you deploy every day. I was doing that. Okay, I was doing that everyday deployment. It's not like once in a week, once in a month, every day. I'm going to talk about that later in other videos. I don't want to drag the topic further, but yeah, everyday deployments, yes, they happen in real production environments, and I was doing that. High availability. Okay, high availability, and also, for example, auto scaling. I mean, auto scaling is available in other stuff as well, but yeah, wherein you would like to auto scale based on the load. Automatically you are going to scale up the resources and also scale down. Auto scaling in itself is, let's say, huge topic, but yeah, just on a high level, auto scaling. Multi region deployments. Okay, we are not talking about single region. We are talking about global deployments. For example, what do you think, guys? Will Kubernetes make sense in these kind of scenarios? And also, I would like to talk about, yeah, fault tolerance is one more interesting point. Thanks a lot for adding here. And which organizations might use this? For example, large SaaS companies, okay, fintech platforms, streaming. I'm not sure how many of you know about this. Many of the major streaming platforms are going to use this, and enterprise applications as well. Because see, enterprise companies majorly they care more about the business. Okay, they will throw a lot of money as well. It's not like they want a proper solution, but they want a stable solution. For example, Kubernetes stands out here. That's why many enterprise companies use Kubernetes as a solution, because if they have some downtime, that would cost billions of loss. Okay, $1 billion, for example. Many companies have seen that those kind of problems. That's the reason whoever is, let's say, working with in such environments, they have to be very very careful in terms of the tools and technologies. That matters a lot. I mean, blindly you're not going to start from the beginning, but you should have a proper direction, which I'm going to talk that is, let's say, the next topic, I would say. But yeah, e-commerce, yeah, one of our colleague commented here. I really appreciate, guys, for your comments. I'm trying to highlight your comments as well. So yeah, whatever you have, please write it down. Definitely I'll try to highlight. I might not cover everything, but one very important point is Kubernetes. Let me write a short form. KH is being used at scale. Okay, large scale. Scale means not like 50, 100 users, thousands of users. Okay, for example, Google provides services across the world. Okay, across the world. It's not like a per region specific. So at that particular scale, definitely they need something like Kubernetes. If you are working, I mean, if you are serving your application internal to your company or internal to a specific project where you have 100 users, you don't need Kubernetes here. We are talking about global scale here, very very big scale. So this is the place Kubernetes, it's a mandatory here. Is it appropriate to ask questions related to transition from junior to in this stream? Yeah, let's see, man. Definitely I'm going to give you some time in the end. I have, let's say, a few more topics. Definitely we are going to I'm going to talk about that as well. Please stick around. I'm not sure when did you join this live. I'm trying to answer this particular question right now. Yeah, we are going to discuss how you can transition, what to learn, what not to learn. That part is there. I'm going to definitely cover. If that doesn't answer your question, then definitely we can talk about your questions in the end. Okay, we do have time for that. Now let's talk about a very very interesting part. So what companies are going to pay for? Okay, many of you might have a question, right? Bro, I am preparing for interviews. Will company pay for Kubernetes knowledge? Okay, will companies pay for Kubernetes knowledge? You might definitely have this question, right? I mean, many of you, because you are learning, you are giving interviews, but Kubernetes knowledge is one thing. Kubernetes understanding, let's say hands-on in is, let's say, another thing. For example, imagine an application is running and it is down. Okay, you will get a question saying deployment is healthy. For example, deployment is healthy and service also exists, but application is not reachable. Okay, interviewer will not ask, do you know Kubernetes? I mean, they might ask you about the architecture, they might dive into details, but they might ask you this kind of questions. For example, application is running, application is down, what are the, I mean, they will try to check your thinking process. Okay, how are you going to troubleshoot and solve this particular problem? Okay, this is a kind of interview experience people will try to ask. I mean, here they are not going to check if you know 100 Kubernetes commands, for example, or maybe they will not check if you know the YAML file, do you know the syntax, right? Or maybe they will not check, are you a certified? I mean, certification is a completely different story. But yeah, I will try to talk about that later. They will not check for the certification or Kubernetes commands or YAML files and stuff. They will check, can you troubleshoot? Okay, troubleshooting, for example, right? And can you investigate? Because an application is running, you have to understand end-to-end architecture, how things are flowing, networking, DNS, logs, which images, let's say, being used. I mean, end-to-end, we have, let's say, a big architecture. This is what interviewers will expect, and this is what I built as a challenge as well. I'm not sure how many of you follow my stories or my videos. I tried to build this particular challenge, and some of you have already taken this. That's why I tell you have to be hands-on knowledge. Okay, because see, I can watch 100 videos. Okay, I'll watch 100 videos. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 1 week, I'll have that knowledge. After 10 days, I'll forget everything. Then again, I have to go and rewatch. If you do something hands-on, for example, something like an incident, if you try to solve, you will definitely remember, okay, I did this. If you cannot remember 100%, at least 70 to 80% you will be able to answer. That's what interviewers look for. Interviewers, for example. And that's what companies will pay for, right? What do you think? I mean, all of a sudden, if you go to an interview, do you think they will just look for, do you have Kubernetes knowledge, or will the interviewers expect all of this stuff? For example, how your thinking process will look like, how are you going to solve the problem? Because see, in a real production environment, you will not have step by step process to solve a problem. If any problem comes in, for example, production goes down, all of a sudden, I mean, anything can happen, right? In production environments, you cannot predict, okay, this we are going to see this problem, and we have this step by step process blindly. I mean, in some cases you will have, but in majority of the cases, everything is, let's say, properly undocumented. Majority of this stuff is, let's say, sitting in human brains. Okay, nobody wants to share this. I mean, I know, guys, I mean, how things work in corporate environments. Everyone wants to think that they are the only experts. I mean, if there is any problem, you are going to reach out to them, and you are, I mean, they want to become hero, right? They don't want to share knowledge. This actually happens. I mean, I've seen throughout my experience. I mean, I think many of you can definitely relate to whatever I'm talking right now. But yeah, what do you think? Am I talking raw words? I think this is going to be a bit controversial video, but still I don't care. I would like to talk with the truth of what's going on in the industry. Yes, they will accept whether we know architectural level understanding or not. Kubernetes, what's that? We can learn in around 2 months max, and troubleshooting is a little bit complex, not hard thing like rocket physics. Yes, that's what I try to say. But many people don't want to do that. They just want to directly dive into Kubernetes. We are going to talk about this as well. So now let's jump into the next topic, guys. I'm going to definitely come back to your comments. AI and Kubernetes. What do you think? What is your opinion? Because many people are messaging me, bro, AI will replace Kubernetes engineers. Okay, the same goes with DevOps engineers as well, right? My answer is AI will not replace anyone. No, a big no. Because I think I spoke more in detail about in my previous lives as well, and also not these days. Few months ago, also I had the same answer. AI is not going to replace anyone because AI is just like an assistant. It will help you with YAML files, for example, generating YAML files. It will help with documentation, also troubleshooting. It's not like it will not help, but in the end, as an engineer, you are the responsible person. Okay, engineers are the responsible and final decision makers. Okay, because blindly in production environments you cannot trust AI. Okay, I mean there is a lot going around AI, guys. Okay, I think I already spoke about in the last live. I'm not sure if how many of you seen. Please go and watch that if you want more details. But human knowledge is still valid even today, tomorrow, after a few years as well. I'm telling you with a lot of confidence. I'm working in the industry from many years. 2-3 years ago, we had little bit of a chat GPT and stuff. Now we have more of the intelligent stuff going on, but still human knowledge is more. I mean, the priority, or let's say preference, is given to human knowledge because final decision makers are humans. AI can give you a lot. I mean, it can give you production related stuff, but still, we are the ones who are going to deploy and we are the ones who are being questioned. We are not going to, if something goes wrong, if something is, let's say, deleted, for example, in production, will you ask AI model? No, right? You are the one who decided that particular change is going into the production environment. So you are the one responsible. So my opinion is, who will win in this AI era? The engineers who will work with AI, also Kubernetes, with great troubleshooting skills. Okay, these are the people who are going to win this AI era. What do you think? Okay, we have a comment here. AI used as a tool for K-gates. Yes, that's what I think. Many of you are trying to agree with whatever I'm speaking here. I really appreciate. So, do we have any other comments? Any other comments, guys? If not, I'm going to jump on to the next topic. What to learn in 2026. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. Okay, many of you have this question, what to learn. I think I already told about this many times, but still, even in 2026, I will give preference to Linux if I was, let's say, starting today. Okay, Linux, networking. Okay, followed by, we are going to talk about Docker. These are, let's say, mandatory skills, right? And CI/CD. I already told about this. Okay, we have Linux, networking, Docker, CI/CD. Then I will give priority to cloud. Then finally, I will go with Kubernetes. Okay, Kubernetes is coming at number 6 because if you don't understand Linux, networking, Dockers, and all of this stuff, Kubernetes is very difficult. Okay. If you understand all of the 5 things about Kubernetes, then K8 is very easy. Because see, the real issue that you are going to solve in production environment is not Kubernetes related stuff. Majority of the stuff, majority of the time you are going to see DNS stuff, networking, Linux related stuff, okay, containerization. So these are, let's say, the major part of the root causes in many incidents. Okay. Please try to ask our colleagues who are already working with Kubernetes. Definitely, I think they are going to relate here, I would say, with whatever we are talking. And now comes the very interesting part of this particular live. Who should focus on Kubernetes? Okay. I think many of you are, let's say, the beginners, I guess, for example. Okay. If you are a fresher, I'm talking about a complete fresher. Your goal should be learning these things till 5. Okay. Because you don't need Kubernetes. You need these skills as a fresher. I'm not going to write it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are, the mandatory skills that you have to practice as a fresher. After learning all these skills, you might need basics of Kubernetes. It's good to have knowledge. Okay, you don't need to dig deeper. Okay, if you understand basics, that's more than enough, because these are, let's say, the main parts. As I said, these are, let's say, the fundamentals that you need to focus as a fresher. Now let's talk about a bit higher. For example, little bit of experience you have. We can say junior DevOps. Okay, junior level. If you are a junior level, you might talk about, pods. First 5 are, let's say, very common across the junior engineer as well. Number 6, I'm talking about Kubernetes right now. Pods, for example, deployments, services, and config maps, some basic troubleshooting. Okay, if you have 0 to 3 years of experience, this is more than enough, guys. You do not need to master. Now let's talk about mid-level engineers. So mid-level means someone with more than 3 up to 7 to 8 years we can calculate. You should understand networking. So again, basics are, let's say, common here. Networking here is, let's say, very important as mid-level. Storage, you might need to understand auto scaling, how you have to, configure stuff using auto scaling and related stuff. Security is, let's say, very important as mid-level engineer. Monitoring, I think I was talking a lot about monitoring stuff in my previous videos and lives as well. Also, one final thing is, let's say, cluster operations. So if you have 3 to 7 to 8 years of experience, you might need all of these skills. Okay, these are, let's say, the mandatory part. Now let's talk about more experience. For example, more than 8 years. If you have more than 8 years, then you are the decision maker here, I would say. For example, you should understand what exactly is, let's say, platform engineering. Okay, multi-cluster stuff we are going to talk. Then you are going to talk about cost optimization. I mean, if you have less experience, if you are, let's say, working in Kubernetes environments, you can already start focusing on these stuffs. I'm not sure what exactly you are working on these days, but yeah, security again mandatory here. Reliability is, let's say, one important point I would like to bring to this, more than 8 years of experience people. And disaster recovery. I mean, if you have less experience and already getting exposure, for example, I was talking to one of the person in my life. He had some 3 or 4 years of experience and he was the only engineer. He used to take care of, a lot of different stuff. That's a very good learning, I would say, in my opinion. He was asking me, bro, um, should I continue with, what do we say, with this Kubernetes level work, or maybe should I jump my company because I'm the only engineer. I had to work on so many different things. I said, if you are getting, such experience, if you are sitting at this particular level for more than a year or two, then you will walk out with a lot of knowledge. I mean, if you are like that, sitting in such environments, definitely I would recommend you to stay in that environment, learn a lot, at least for 1 or 2 years. Then once you go out into the market, everyone would like to hire you, and also they will pay whatever you ask. There is no limit, I would say. If you can handle all of this very confidently, whatever we are discussing here, then you are, let's say, well paid, I would say, because it's very hard to get these type of skills. Everyone, talk about theory. Okay, majority of the people, majority of the courses also will not try to teach, in depth knowledge, I would say. But yeah, if you have real experience and if you can, confidently solve things, then you'll be getting paid a lot, I would say. I'm telling you, a lot, a lot, a lot. You cannot even imagine, I would say. Now, one last final take. Very simple rule once again. As a fresher, your goal should be Linux plus Docker. All right. Then beginner, beginner in the sense, junior, I'm talking about, slash junior basics of Kubernetes. All right. Mid level, deep Kubernetes. Senior level, I mean, you are the one who will decide whether to go with Kubernetes or not. I don't need to mention. That's what I would look for in 2026. Okay. One final thought. Then we are going to discuss about your questions in the comments. One final thought, guys. I'm almost done. One final thought from my side is Kubernetes in itself is not overrated, but Kubernetes alone is more overrated, because majority of you will agree with me. If you are working with Kubernetes, you are not only working with Kubernetes, there's a lot around Kubernetes. Networking, Linux is, let's say, one of the major thing. In my opinion, the most valuable engineer, okay, the most valuable engineer is not who can write deployment YAML file. Okay, the most valuable engineer would be who can solve production problems fast. Okay, the skills which are going to be valuable, if you have those skills right now, okay, if you have these skills, whether your company is using Kubernetes or maybe Docker or app service, I mean, we do have, so many different things, right? If you have good problem solving skills or troubleshooting skills, then you are the valuable person. If any problem comes, you are definitely going to solve it. I mean, if you have proper skills, definitely you are going to solve it. It can be Kubernetes or it can be cloud related stuff, on-prem, Docker, networking, anything. Because end of the day, companies will not look at, okay, did you spin up a big Kubernetes cluster? They will look for, if you even solve a minor problem that was, a very big problem for the business, it can be a minor small code change. You don't need a big, configuration and stuff. Very small minor change solving big problem. Then you are more valuable, and also you will prove in the company, okay, you are the right person to reach out to all the time. Okay. um, that's it, I would say. And guys, if you are interested in hands-on, okay, hands-on production incident, please check out my hands-on incident which I created, where you are going to learn real skills, hands-on production. If you are interested, I'm going to create more such incidents. I'll try to link put that link in the comments as well. If you are interested, you can go check that out. Now let's try to jump to the questions from our users. It was a very great session, I would say. Now we are free to answer all your questions. Let's go one by one. You can ask your questions now. I'll just scroll up and I'll try to start answering your questions. So what do we have? I think I already read some of your questions. I got more interest. I think this is done. Can we use watching this doing? Let's start from here. So your DevSecOps videos are too good. Never found these type of practicals on YouTube. Yes. Not only DevSecOps, but whatever I'm creating on my channel, you will not find anywhere on YouTube, especially not only on YouTube, not even paid courses. Yeah, please go to hands-on practice as much as possible. And I'm not sure how many of you seen my latest AI video. Go check that and tell your opinion. That's completely hands-on. I'm not sure how many of you seen, but yeah, please try to comment on the videos as well if you, after watching, your thought process there. And based on that, I'm going to create more such videos. Now, recently I have done a project where I have used K8 GPT for AI stuff in real time. Is there any standard AI to integrate, or this is fine? I mean, there's nothing like standard, I would say, but it completely depends on the project which you're doing. If it's a company project, then we have to be very, very careful of what exactly you are doing and what kind of data you are trying to send. But to be honest, I would suggest, I'm not sure if you've seen my latest video, please go check that. It's related to AI only, major AI. But I would like to warn you, AI would be, let's say, sitting at a different level. We are trying to apply engineering logic there before involving AI. Go check that. Definitely you're going to get a lot of ideas. Based on that, if you have any kind of ideas, you can start doing that. You can take that as a reference, whatever project which I did, or maybe if you want, you can implement that as well. That's very, very interesting. I'm bringing more such projects. Please let me know in the comments of that particular video, what do you think about that project? Then yeah, we can discuss more in the coming days. Can you make a live video of how to upgrade in DevOps, like 3 to 5 years of experience, what to learn from which course are best? Yeah, definitely I will try to make a video about that. But I mean, if you already have experience, man, my suggestion, I'm not sure what kind of skill set you have, but do hands-on as much as possible. Okay, my honest suggestion would be that. And do not try to focus on multiple different tools. Whatever whatever experience you have, go deep into that. I'm not sure if you're working with Kubernetes, for example, go deep into that, or maybe Docker, or any other CI/CD stuff. Try to understand, try to automate a lot of stuff as much as possible. That's what, if I know more about you, I think more I can answer, I guess. So I will try to definitely create a video, because see, one normal video, random video, I'm not sure how much it would be useful for you guys. But yeah, let's see if I can do that, or maybe we can do a live session. Let's see. I'm not using KH directly, but using Nomad, Podman, like that. That's fine. I think I did KCNA certs. It's about to expire. As I told, I am stuck in mainframe. That's what, man. See, certifications are a very different thing. I'm not sure who asked you to do that. Um, when certification matters, I would say, in my opinion, see, completely, I'm very honest. I'll be honest with you. So certifications, see, even I did some certifications back around 2015, 16, or around that time, because my company was paying for that. I didn't want to spend my own money. I had the skills. I just wanted to test my skills in those certifications. For example, I did back years ago, but after that, I mean, I didn't see any point, for example, of doing the certification. I mean, even today, my company is, let's say, ready to pay, but yeah, I do not have, let's say, that much time to go spend time on only getting a certification. I'm not sure how long it would be, let's say, useful for me. If I would like to definitely test my skills these days, especially, I would start, working on real challenges. For example, certifications are, let's say, a good path if there is a mandatory requirement for a project. Then in that case, you can go with certification. If not, I mean, if you want to challenge yourself, also, yeah, that is also one of the great use case. I would say you can go with certification. Yeah, as you can see, it is about to expire, and you are stuck in mainframe. That is your problem, right? I mean, if you are preparing this for the certification, parallelly you should have try to switch your job as well and try to move into that direction. I think this is no use. I mean, if you did certification also, it will not be valuable or it will be useful, because if I give you a real production environment after, I'm not sure, it's been a year or two, I guess, you did that certification, you cannot solve that because you already lost those skills. I mean, I think, I'm not sure how did you learn it, but yeah, majority of the time we'll try to focus on the question and answers and stuff, try to solve those problems and go do the certification, and that's it. I mean, that will not work, man. If you are very much serious about how to change your career, you can book a one-on-one session. We can discuss according to your situation. Past 1 year managing K8s and handling home and managing cluster, but on lower privilege. Yeah, I agree. If you have less experience, definitely you're not going to get more privileges, I guess, because companies, or let's say the teams, the projects would be very, very careful according to your skill level and the knowledge level. I mean, yeah, I mean, in the beginning of my career also, I did not get, access to more and more such stuff. But my suggestion for you, try to set up stuff locally on your own computer, and try to learn and implement stuff. Do not wait for companies to provide you access. I would do the same thing. I mean, if I were in your position, I would do the setup locally on my computer and start playing around more and more. Google cluster K8s. Borg is the grandpa of K8s. Yes, I think I did showed and talked about that comment, I guess. K8's future for next 5 to 10 years. Yes, it can be more than that as well. K8 future for next 5 to, is it worth of if I learn for AI job market? Yes, it's worth. But first, you should know the skills which I spoke. I'm not sure when did you join my live. It depends on the skill, what kind of skill you have. I think I already spoke about this particular topics. These are, let's say, very, very important. This comes last. Okay, it completely depends. K8's future guy, next 5 to 10 years. This is still relevant, but majority of the time, try to focus on this part. Okay, there are many other services which can do a lot of job. We don't need Kubernetes here, but yeah, still in AI job market also, it is 100% relevant. Now let's go to the next comment. Please make videos on this. How data of log metrics can be logs metrics can be backed up in S3, and data handling by monitoring stacks when we roll out new deployments. Okay, that is, let's say, very, very deep thing, I would say. First of all, right now these days I'm not doing any kind of cloud related stuff. I think you guys have seen I did not do any kind of cloud. I mean, I did not show any kind of cloud related stuff on my channel. Everything is on prem. The reason I'll tell you. Okay, one important reason is many of you will not spin up the cluster. I mean, spin up the resources in cloud. It can be Azure cloud, AWS cloud, Google, any cloud. Many of you want stuff for free. Okay, I mean, some of you might pay ready for that, but majority of the people want stuff for free. I am trying to provide majority of the stuff for free. I do not have anything paid. I think many of you have seen that. But if you are very, very serious and are interested, it completely depends on how many people are going to be interested in this particular topic. Then I can, buy a environment, AWS environment, because I need to spend my own money. I do not have any kind of sponsorship, or even I'm not earning any kind of money on YouTube as well. Whatever I'm teaching from almost many years, or maybe let's say consistently doing from last year, I did not earn a single rupee or dollar, I would say. Okay, so I have to spend my own money here to show this particular video. I will see if there is any alternate to showing it on prem. Definitely, I mean, I have some plan to create cloud related stuff, because cloud, majority of the people are, let's say, using in your own projects, right? So I have so many things within the cloud as well to create. The on-prem stuff is like this. Now imagine what I will create on cloud, because I do have a lot of experience with clouds as well. So yeah, let's see if we have any kind of sponsor come in the coming days. Definitely I will try to consider creating cloud related stuff. And also, I'm not sure how many of you have seen my DigitalOcean thing. Maybe I'll try to use that. That's also an option. Maybe you can spin up, you'll get some free credits there. You can try to do that. Or also maybe you can spend some money, right? It's not an issue. If you want to learn, definitely you have to spend money. It's not like we can learn everything for free. But yeah, definitely I'll consider your request. I will try to write it down. Just give me a minute so that I will not forget. Or maybe yeah, I will try to take the screenshot of this real quick so that I will remember. Just give me a minute. Guys, I mean, yeah, if you have any kind of request, also you can DM me on Instagram, or maybe just try to write it down in my YouTube comment section. I'm definitely going to check all the comments. Now let's go back to the other comment. There are some projects in serverless. Yes, we already spoke about this, I guess. Now, yes, you are correct. In my company, some old projects currently running with Docker and also running on normal VMware machine. Yes, true, 100% true. Now let's go to these are base. We're on top of, yeah, I think we already spoke about this as well. Linux is the fuel of the entire stuff. Agree, completely no go. Yes, I completely agree with you. And then, is it appropriate to ask questions related to transition from junior to more experienced? Yes, much appreciated. I just joined actually. Yeah, I think this is done. Kubernetes, we can learn in around 2 months max, and it's troubleshooting. It's a little complex, not hard thing like rocket physics. Yeah, it completely depends, man. 2 months, 1 month, 6 months. I mean, it completely depends on what exactly you're talking about. But yeah, it's still doable, hands-on, especially. So, will you recommend to start learning using chaos engineering for the get-go, especially for junior developers like me who are just getting? I mean, what kind of experience you have? I think I already spoke about this Linux networking and stuff. I think I'll try to focus on that before jumping into chaos engineering and stuff. I'm not sure your skill level, man. Yes, they will expect whether we know architecture level understanding or not. Yes, I think, yeah, this is very true, Kumar. They will expect the architecture level. I think this was related to the Kubernetes. I mean, if you go to the interview, companies will check for the architecture, how your thinking process will look like, right? I think the comment was related to that. He's saying architectural level understanding is needed, not just commands or stuff. Yeah. Can you use K3's local in testing environment in a single VM for microservices? Yeah, I mean, dev staging. I mean, it completely depends. I mean, I'm not the decision maker here. It depends on your project, on your team. You need to discuss if you're talking about the company project stuff. But yeah, locally, if you want to do, that's more than enough, I would say. AI uses as a tool for KAs. Yeah, great. I think we already did this. And AI assisted DevOps, AI is agent is everything gonna do. I think I already spoke about this, I guess. SRE infra platform also need KAs knowledge. Yes. If you look here, I think in my screen, platform engineering, SRE, yes, KAs knowledge is required. For example, I'll tell you a very good example around platform engineering. Definitely, I have a plan to create a video on my channel in the coming days, guys. Definitely, I'll create because I myself worked with that. That's the reason I want to bring that topic, and you are going to really like that video. It would be a completely hands-on topic. Platform engineering, guys. Also, maybe if you are working as a DevOps engineer, slowly you can do that. It's not like only platform engineering guys do that, because I, as a DevOps engineer, I did work on so many different parts. I mean, I can tell myself as platform engineer as well. Because I mean, I got the opportunity. I was working in such environments. So yeah, definitely it's good if you have that knowledge. Next, what do we have? What about IAC part? I always confuse when to use. Is it come under SRE? I mean, see, infrastructure as code part is, let's say, very important topic, guys. Cloud, if you're learning cloud, deploying resources using infrastructure as code, okay, that is very useful and mandatory, I would say. These days, none of the companies are doing manual stuff. For example, previously, many companies, I mean, even today, I think there are some companies doing, if there is one service or one VM, if there's simple part, they are doing manually. I don't say they are not doing, but yeah, majority of the companies, they use Terraform infrastructure as code. It is very easy, guys. I mean, if you, I'm not sure how many of you seen my Terraform video. I mean, yesterday I posted it to my Instagram audience. Please go watch that. It's very easy to learn. For example, first of all, you should understand basic stuff. You should be able to create infrastructure in cloud manually. That is my that is the first part here. Second comes the infrastructure as code. If you have the skill, of course, I would go with Terraform here. Okay. Maybe one day after some years, not now. I don't know what was that. I think it was related to the live, what I was talking. Nowadays, their budgets expire at 4 lakhs only. Yeah, I completely agree with this comment. I think companies are, trying to restrict a lot of budgets, I would say. But yeah, that's fine. Big problems are solved by team of DevOps. Yes, majority of the problems, I think we solve it. How do we choose which projects to build for personal portfolio in terms of DevOps, and how do we build a good quality of network in the industry? I mean, it completely depends, man. See, whatever project you are doing, in my opinion, it should be, you should be confident about whatever you did. Okay. It can be one project, two projects, three projects. It completely depends. So whatever you are, let's say, project end-to-end projects, for example, if you're doing, I'm not sure multiple services you are going to use. If you're using cloud, okay, make sure your foundation is very strong. And if you are confident with your project, then definitely you'll be able to answer whatever question the interviewer will ask. Okay. See, end of the day, you are going with your resume, with your project, whatever you built, right? And as an interviewer, if you show me this particular project, okay, I did, for example, let's take my monitoring series, for example. So I did create that series, monitoring series on my channel from my own experience. I mean, I whatever I've seen, okay, we will not have any kind of monitoring at all. First of all, once you start building, services, you'll deploy infrastructure and stuff. From there, how slowly you're going to add monitoring. and in the end it will become an enterprise dashboard wherein every engineer will go look. Okay, because see, that will not come within a day or within an hour. That will come with experience. Okay, whatever experience I've been through all these years, from that experience I tried to bring all these topics to the channel. Okay, so that you will know, okay, these are the skills. Okay, this will be very very useful in terms of if you go for the interview as well. As then, if you present a project, you should add, okay, not only this tools. For example, you learned Kubernetes, Docker, or Jenkins, GitHub Actions and stuff. Try to write, okay, you try to solve this particular problem. This application was not working, or maybe a lot of money was being used on the type of resource which we are using. We try to optimize instead of going with K8s was, let's say, not at all needed there. We shifted to app service or maybe serverless. These are the things. Okay, why did you take that decision? Not only you, but as a team you can say. I mean, it depends on the experience. If you have more experience, you can tell your decision based on why did you choose this. Start building projects in that mindset. So once you go to the interview, definitely I think you are going to answer all the questions interviewers will ask. Because see, if you are confident, I mean, see, most of the times interviewer will also not know. Because see, majority of you work with one technology. You will focus on one topic only, and you will not have broader knowledge across different topics. In that case, if you tell it as a story, okay, this is the application I was working and this was breaking, this is how I try to solve. He will just look for the thinking process. He will try to relate it to their own project and their own skill set, whatever they have. Okay, this guy can understand. Okay, he already built it. I mean, he already has knowledge. He will be very easy to adapt in our environments. He's a good resource to our project. That's how you'll get selected. Okay, I hope I spoke a lot, I guess, for this comment and answered your comments. In terms of quality of network, I mean, it depends, man. How can I say? It completely depends on you, with whom you are socializing and with whom you are talking about technical stuff. um, I mean, in my beginning of my, let's say, my career, I was, let's say, doing majority of the stuff by myself on my own computer, like hands on, before even using the let's say, for example, Jenkins tools and stuff. I was doing on my own whatever I was doing in my project. That part was, let's say, there, but parallelly I was trying to relate myself with other tools and technologies which were going in the market. Okay, that's how I learned so many different skills. I did everything on my own laptop, hands on. I did not look for someone to teach me or give my project access. I did everything by my own. I had a good laptop. I spent some money for my laptop, installed, I followed the documentation and stuff. Okay, I think many of you can relate. I follow documentation a lot and try to follow some blogs there. But yeah, I mean, if you are interested, I think I will try to bring more insights towards what to do in these days. So yeah, I think that's it, I guess. AI can give you suggestions. Work will be done by us only. Yes. As a 2 years candidate, what are the expectations from the company so that they will hire you? I think I already spoke about this. I hope it answered your question. For example, I was talking about these skills are very very important. I will not expect as a 2 year to master Kubernetes for you. But yeah, if they have in their job description. But also, guys, I think I told it multiple times. Many companies blindly copy paste the job description. They don't need all those skills. Blindly they try to post the skills. After we go to the interview, they will not even ask you questions around that particular topic. Okay, I've seen that. So don't worry about learning all the skills. Whatever skills you have, try to apply with that. How to lie about my mainframe in interview? uh, I am not good at lying, I would say. It's not about lying, but you have to showcase your skills, man. Mainframe guy, please, if you are interested, book a call with me. We can discuss your current skill and we can translate your stuff, especially and also what you can learn, so that you don't need to lie. I mean, whatever skills you have, whatever experience you have, that would be definitely valuable in different environments as well. It's not like you don't have skills. Majority of the skills, I mean, you can try to translate. Next question, what is your suggestion for freshers who are starting to learn DevOps? Which tools should we learn? What role does AI play in DevOps? I think I answered, as a fresher, you don't know, you don't need to learn DevOps. I'm not sure if you've seen my live video. Please go to my channel. I'm not sure from how long you're following me. Go watch my live. In detail, I spoke about freshers. If you want, I can share that live link real quick. Let's see. Please go if you are serious about your career. Okay. If you want to stand out as a fresher, go watch that live and let me know in the comments what do you think. So I will share that real quick. Just give me a minute. I'll try to paste that in the comment section. So this is the link for this Mani Shankar. Please go and watch that. And I think I already answered your question. Now AI can only give suggestions. Yes, I think we already. Your brutally honest views are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot, man. See, I am very direct in my videos also. It's not only during live. If you check my Instagram reels or my YouTube videos from the beginning, not that very recently, from the beginning, I am very straight and honest of whatever I'm doing. Okay, if I know something, I'll directly tell I know. If I don't know, I don't know. I'm very straightforward. I will not try to fool you around saying, okay, if you do this course or if you buy this incident or if you buy this course, you are going to get a job. No, I will try to talk. If you have skills, definitely you will get the job. If you don't have skills, you will not get a job. No one can in this world can guarantee you a job. Not only me, anyone in this world can guarantee you a job. People, whoever, they're trying to sell a lot of stuff, I guess, online. But yeah, I don't want to comment. It would be a different debate again. I don't want to get into controversy here. But yeah, overall, my suggestion is if you are interested in hands-on practice, hands-on confidence, then you can buy my incident. It's not like if you buy that incident and do, you are going to get a job. I will be very straight and honest with you. You will get confidence. Okay. Many people say, bro, I want confidence. I want real world skills. So that's why I built that. If you can solve that, definitely you will relate with, whatever you do in real projects. Okay. So yeah, thanks a lot for your comment. Now let's go to the next comment. Do DevOps engineers still need Kubernetes in 2026? Sorry, I have missed it. CTA, your cover tagline of this video again. Please go and watch the full live if you missed it. We had a very great discussion. You will definitely love it. In short, I can say these are, let's say, very important skills. But if you want to know what we spoke in the full live, the live is still going on and it will finish very soon. But watch the replay. Okay, you will get all the answers that do you need Kubernetes or not according to your experience. Now next, what about infrastructure as code with Terraform, OpenTofu? Yeah, I mean, I think I already spoke about infrastructure as code. I did Terraform on my channel. Please go with that. OpenTofu is still new. Majority of the companies still did not move towards that part. But yeah, if you know Terraform, definitely I think OpenTofu will be very easy for you. But thanks a lot for asking this. I have, very good. Hey, Vishnu Sai, thanks a lot for contributing, sending me 100 rupees. I really appreciate. I think you are the person you also sent me during last live saying you like my videos a lot. I see. Thanks a lot. I mean, if you have any specific question, please write it down. Definitely, I'll try to answer with a priority because you already sent me some money here. I was telling that I did not get any kind of money till now on YouTube. I think you are the first contributor. I guess last live also you sent around 40 rupees. I guess this live also you sent 100 rupees. You are the first person to contribute towards my free, honest, direct content on YouTube. I guess I'm straight with you. You are the first person to contribute in my YouTube journey. I really appreciate that. I will definitely remember your money, and this particular money will go towards good cause only. I'm not going to use it for myself. That will go for another learning purpose only. Definitely, I'm going to contribute over there. I'm not going to use that money for myself. I like your videos. I like your videos. I see a lot you in my comment section as well. But yeah, hopefully you are gaining a lot of knowledge, I guess. I see a lot of comments from you on my channel. I really, really appreciate you are spending a lot of time on my channel. I hope you are learning a lot. Definitely, you are going to be successful, I would say. If you apply the skills which I'm teaching on my channel, and I see you are following from very, very long time, definitely you are going to be very, very successful. Please try to apply and try to switch your jobs. It depends whichever role you are. With the skills which I'm teaching on my channel, the interviewer who is taking your interview will go crazy. That I can confirm for sure. Okay. I think I already answered this question. Please go check my replay. How to book a one-to-one? I will try to paste that link as well real quick. I think many of you were asking about this. I will try to post two different links now. So this is my one-to-one link. I'm posting in the chat. And also I was talking about hands-on incident. Look into this particular incident as well. I will post it real quick. Just give me a minute. Hands-on incident. If you are interested, you can. Hands-on incident link. If you are interested in hands-on, please go use this link. I posted the link in the comment as well. This is my one-to-one link, and this is my hands-on incident link. Okay. One thing to ask, I'm not clear whether we can use PDB concept. Can you provide a brief about KDA? Please share your DevOps sense. Please, I think regarding the concepts and stuff, I will try to bring a different video. Please don't mind. I don't want to confuse the audience, but definitely I will try to create, or maybe I will try to create, let's say, create a video around this topic so that it will be useful. I'll try to take a screenshot of this and I'll try to save it. Hope you don't mind, Suman. But definitely I will try to answer your question as a video, or maybe I'll try to bring a new live with Kubernetes related topics, definitely going forward. So do we have any more questions? Any last questions before we close this live? But yeah, the live was very, very interesting, I would say. Thanks a lot for joining in, and the people who actively participated. I really appreciate your comments here. And also, I'm not sure how many of you are interested in AI related projects. I have a new video on my channel. Please go and watch that and let me know your thoughts. This video is very, very interesting. I think I told it multiple times. Again, I'm telling it. Go watch my latest video on the channel. This is related to AI. You can also implement that in your own project. Okay. If you are interested, you can definitely apply the same skills which I did in this AI project. AI related to DevOps. It is related to logs. Definitely, I'm telling you, you're going to like it. It's not completely pure AI. You are going to learn some engineering there. Okay. Blindly, I'm not doing prompt AI stuff or prompt stuff there. I am sure whoever is watching the full video will definitely get a lot of value out of it, and also you can implement it in your own existing projects as well. If not exactly, but you can try to replicate, learn a lot out of it, and try to add your own ideas and definitely use it. I'm telling you guys, this is very, very useful project. I did finish the second project as well. This is related to monitoring a bit. AI, I'll just give you a hints. AI incident, no, AI monitoring stuff a bit. But yeah, overall, if you are interested in AI for DevOps, for example, then you should definitely not miss that video. Not only this one, I am planning to do 5 different projects around this particular topic. Please go watch and also do hands-on stuff with me. All right. And recently I had an interview, and the interview I was asking a lot of deep concept and troubleshooting. It didn't went well when had words with internal team members. Rest below. They only require a DevOps guy who will manage the only the monitoring stuff and backing up the resource. Why so stuff? I mean, it depends, man. It depends completely on your experience. I'm not sure if you have seen my monitoring video. That would be very, very interesting. I would say for you, please go watch, do hands-on as well. If you do that, I think you will get a lot of confidence in monitoring. I try to teach 10 different episodes, 2 hours, Suman. It's 2 hours. Please go watch that. Do hands-on as well. I did give the source code as well. You can add your own stuff on top of it. It's up to you. But it's a very, very interesting project. If you do that, I mean, you'll get a lot of confidence, man. I'm telling you, you'll get a lot of confidence in monitoring. They only require a DevOps guy who will manage only the monitoring stuff and backing up the resource. I mean, if they have that requirement, I cannot do anything. I mean, there are some companies they want only monitoring. I think I already spoke about this particular topic, I guess, in my previous videos. But yeah, I think overall, I guess that's it. I guess. Thank you, Anna, for your hard work. No worries. Thanks a lot. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this live. I think I'm going to finish it. Thanks a lot for joining in and showing your support. And I want all of you who joined today the full live session, please go watch my YouTube videos and try to do hands-on stuff. And one last point I forgot: if you are interested in YouTube membership, please try to join that as well. I'm going to send you monthly one hands-on production incident as well. Okay, if you are joining there, I'm going to send you every month. You are going to get a new incident, completely hands-on stuff. That will definitely help you with your interview stuff. Also, if you are changing your DevOps role, if you want to gain more experience, good, get more, let's say, high packages. Okay, for now I'm giving few benefits based on the, let's say, demand and requirement. I will definitely try to add more benefits. Okay, I think that's it, I guess. Thanks a lot once again. See you in my next video.